Okay, so I know I said that the video that I posted underneath this one in the beginning, I said it was going to be my last video. And the thing is, I'm in a video making mood, and I just want to make sure that there is a decent amount of content for you guys to watch, as I am going to be taking a break from, this channel and also from my entertainment channel, which is Jazzy Entertainment, because I want to make sure that you guys, whoever stumbles upon, my channel and sees the videos that I do, that there's going to be something for you guys to obviously, watch, learn something as well. And if you guys like, what you guys seen, you guys can, subscribe. It would be deeply appreciated. And if you guys would like for me to get better equipment that you guys, would like me to get from whatever area that you guys like the videos that I do and want to see me approving, then you guys can donate to my PayPal, which is in, the link on top, or I think it's also in the About section as well. You guys can donate, like a 25 cents, $1, $5. All that builds up in the end to, money. So if you guys would like to help me with that, that would be deeply appreciated. However, this isn't about that. What this is about, and as you can see by the title, fake diploma. And a lot of you guys are going to be saying, well, what do you mean? I tried to touch on this on a previous video on this channel and also on my entertainment channel as well. And I want to kind of go back that again, but kind of give some newer information. And what I'm speaking towards right now is, if you're in middle school right now, I believe this is important to you. If you're in high school right now or just getting out of high school, this video is important to you. If you are a parent who has a child, then this video is important to you. And this really aimed towards those who are troubled youth, even with disabilities, such as myself, who is 28 years old, now an adult and a grown-ass man. And I'm going to try to go into timelines much as I can, because, this is important, because this really goes towards, your future. And what I'm about to break down and tell you guys is really going to be an eye-opener, and why, it's important. This video is pre-recorded, and you guys are going to see some stuff in between this video. So, man, I just want to go ahead and, let's just hop into it. So, from the timeline of George W. Bush Jr. and the time of Obama getting out of office, and those time ranges, there was a program and an act called the No Child Left Behind Act. And that was for troubled youth throughout the school years, and even those with learning disabilities. That was meant just to pass you on, and you were just automatically put on there. There was no way that you would have known. Well, unless you were put in a situation like I was, and still had no clue about really why it happened. And what this act was for, again, for those of troubled youth in their school years, or even people with learning disabilities, just to pass you on. In other words, you could get as much trouble as you could. You could have made as much as bad grades that you chose to make, and struggled if you had those learning disabilities, like I do. And it was meant for the state to save money and for the schools to save money without holding back a student, because I guess, according to them, it costs money every time that happens. And they're losing money because of it. Where the fuck are you losing money at? Answer me that, because the last time I checked, schools steal money. Matter of fact, I think I might even touch on that in this video, as well, really after this. And why homeschooling should really be more of a thing. But I do want to get finished with this topic before I even go into that. So, this program, the No Child Left Behind Act, was for troubled youth, for people with learning disabilities, again, to save the state and the school money without holding back a student, because according to them, it would cost them money each time, that would happen. And, what started with Bush Jr., Obama picked up on it, and he signed on it as well to keep it going. Now, is it still going till now? I'm not quite too certain. I couldn't really find much. I couldn't find much information online until I asked somebody who has a child with disabilities, who, born a crack baby, somebody who is autistic. And I remember about, I don't want to say 6 or 5 years ago, but it's in that time range. Matter of fact, it's probably a bit longer than that, not too much longer, but just a bit longer. And I even heard about this myself, where they got rid of the special education classes to save money. And I guess this past summer they actually started putting those back in schools. And that really raises a question: is the No Child Left Behind Act still in act with that now going back? If that's the case, then I believe it is. And no one really quite knows for certain, because they're not going to release that to you. And how I found out was through a phone call over, early this year, to be exact, by the State School Board of Education. Now, was that No Child Left Behind Act stopped after they got rid of those special education classes? I'm going to have to say no. Matter of fact, I think it's still going. Because if you really look at it, a lot of them kids had trouble in them normal classes, man. But yet they were still being passed by. Which goes to show me, yeah, it was still in effect. Even with some of the troubled youth. And the good majority of them, where they found themselves at, man? Locked up. Doing some time. And going into that, I say this, where we get into the fake diploma thing at. I got to skip a grade when I was in high school. Now, I just want to say this for the people that are viewing, for people that may say, well, were you troubled youth? I got in a few bit of things here and there in school, but not so much. Matter of fact, believe it or not, I was a straight A student. I made the honor roll each time. Now, I know a lot of people, well, prove it. The truth is, I can't prove that to you. I can't. And the reason for that, I actually tried looking for those certificates. Thing is, my mother threw them out. She kept the bad shit. She kept her brother's honor rolls, his report cards. Even my older sister's stuff. But mine's, hell, heaven forbid, I don't even know the words to put it. She threw them out. Why keep the bad shit and throw away the good shit that would make you as a proud parent? It makes no sense to me at all. My mother has some issues. So no, I can't prove it to you guys. And you guys can believe me or not, I don't care. But that's what happened. She threw those certificates and those good report cards out to show that I was a decent student. I was a good actual student. I didn't make the honor roll a lot. Making about straight A's. Passing as much as I could, even though I had struggling issues in school with the learning disabilities. Math, reading, writing. I had them. Yeah, over the time, they got a bit better. But you know what? She decided to keep my sister's, her brother's stuff. That was good. But mine's, last time I remember seeing was several years ago. And then she was trying to straighten up her room, clean, and threw away a lot of stuff. Oh, I seen what she threw out. She threw out those certificates and my report cards because the issues and the things that led to everything. After that, what you guys can actually find in this video called Trust and Money. If you guys want to get a good idea and a good picture in that interview that I did, that picture in that video that I did. Yeah, so she threw out my good shit. Because a few, I guess as my early adult, I started really getting into some shit. But that's just a little bit of stuff that is important detail, to this story. So no, I cannot prove to you guys, those that will be asking in the comment section, will prove to us that you were a straight student. I can't. She threw them out. She wanted really nothing of good of things that things that I did accomplish in school. She threw them out. Yeah. Again, my mother has some issues. Well, I got to skip the 11th grade. One, because of my age. I would have been 19 years old when I would have got out of high school. And I was always the oldest and the biggest in a lot of my classes amongst my peers because, I think I was held back in the first grade, if I do remember correctly. You got to remember, I'm 28 now. I was born 1990, early 90s, to be exact. So, because of that, going into it, I also had to be tested, to see where how intelligent it was. I'm really intelligent. I'm really actually smart. My IQ test can't show that. Matter of fact, they're low because they want to set you in the lowest standard in society. And I believe that now. I actually believe, for certain people, you are set up to fail. They're setting you up. The system is. Even though I'm really intelligent. And the reason why a lot of it shows low, because again, I had a hard time reading, spelling in school, even with math. So once I found out I got to skip, I made a deal that turned out to be bullshit with my caseworker in school. My caseworker in school, he said to me, hey, if you don't want to graduate with a special ed diploma, which is a fake diploma, by the way, and I was always told that throughout so many years, I just didn't believe it until this year. And I had to find out in a way I just wish I didn't have to find out, but I'm glad I found out because it really opened my eyes. But my caseworker made a deal, and I made the deal. He's like, you know what? If you make an A, you don't have to make an A+. If you make an A in a regular math class with math lessons that, be honest, we're all not going to use anyways in life, that shit, we'll make sure you get a real regular diploma, which would have been with the regular black and white seal. And as much as I struggled, and let me tell you something, man, I really had a difficult time in that class, but you know what? I did it, and I wish I still had that report card to show, the end results that I actually made an A+ in that math class, better than just about anybody in that class. Matter of fact, I wish my best friend was here because he's seen me struggle. We had that same class together, but you know what? He's seen that I succeeded. But the thing is, again, my mother threw out all the good shit that I did accomplish in my life. She did. Again, she has issues. Well, once graduation time came, I got my diploma. Well, little the fuck did I know, out so many years later, it turned out to be bullshit. As a matter of fact, it turned out to be fake. Yeah. So, those who have learning disabilities in high school, right now, if you're about to get out of high school, and parents, if you have a child right now that that's about to get out of high school and has learning disabilities, I'm about to show you the diploma that they will give your child that is bullshit. Okay? This right here, I want you guys to take a look at this for a minute. This is bullshit. I want to prove out why. This is what a fake special ed diploma looks like. This was bought offline by the state through Amazon. You buy a blank one in, the county that you live at. You get it filled out with what you need to get it filled out with, the student's name. Then they send it to the school to give to you. These are fake sign-offs right here. They're not real. As you can see, there's no seal stamps on here. There's not a regular one, which is just, black and white. There's no honor one, which is the silver seal. And there's no high honor seal roll of approval, which is the golden one. And sometimes you get all three, maybe two of them. which would be in, the black and white, then black, white, and silver. So, with that said, take a look at this one, okay? And the next clips that you're about to see is real examples of actual diplomas, what they look like. Right there, what you guys seen were examples of real diplomas and exactly what it was that I was talking about. So, with that being said, again, here's a look at an actual fake one. Well, how did I know this? Well, easy. Again, I got the phone call earlier this year from the State Border School of Education. And what it was, I tried filling out an application just to see if I could get a job. And when I got the call, I can't remember everything that was exactly said, but I know specific things that do stick out to me, and one of them was, you're in the system as a dropout. Huh? A dropout? Yeah, you were on the No Child Left Behind Act. I went for 3 years, but I got skipped up to grade, and I did explain to them. I got a diploma. Well, what they gave you was a fake diploma. That's not real. That right there pissed me off. And what would go in now to what's now is going to be required, there's actually new regulations now that are required for people now to get a job. And the thing is, I don't meet none of these requirements. I'm sorry. That's just how it goes. One of the requirements is this. You must now have full 4 years of high school. You must have a full year of college, which means you have to have college class going on for those years, showing of what you're studying, what you're going for. Going on from that, you also must not have a criminal record. You must also have good credit now. Going in, you must not have no types of disabilities, and you must now have your own vehicle of transportation. Well, that sucks for me because I had 3 years of high school. I'm a dropout. I have no college experience behind me. I have no work experience. And that's one thing I did forget. You must have 6 months of working experience. I don't have 6 months of working experience. I don't. I honestly, I don't. I never had a fucking job before in my life. At all. Going in on that, I have tons of criminal records, man, because a lot of that shit really didn't come until after high school for me. Going in, I have no good credit. I got bad credit, like you couldn't believe. Also, well, I have no vehicle transportation at all. Why is that? I can't get a license here in the state that I stay in. Why? Because I'm on SSI. SSI puts a block on you not to get a job now. Puts a block on you by the state, and you do have to ask, and I wish I had those papers to prove this. When I first registered for that, I had to sign away some rights 3 different times, which were the same rights. And one of those were, do you agree and to sign away your rights of not getting a license while being on SSI? And I had to do it. One was with me and my mother's signature. Then the 2 were just my signatures alone. Then every year, once we go to these, meetings at the Human Services Office or updates, they still ask, do you agree not to get a license still in order to get paid? And then I have to say yes, because if I say no, they're going to cut me off, and they're going to do what they do to a lot of people that a lot of people don't tell you about. When they do cut you off, we'll send you a letter in the mail saying this is how much you need to pay us back, or we'll take you to court and sue. Believe it or not, that's what happens. So because of that, I'm blocked from ever getting a driver's license. I can't. I'm denied because of that. Also goes in, which also weighs in with why I can't get a job. And plus the things that I did explain previously, and that really fucks with people now, man. It really does. If somebody says otherwise, then they're lying. They haven't went through it, and they're just bullshit. because they want to play blind to the fact. So, man, if I have some words, man, for advice for anybody now to wrap this up. If you're a person that is struggling through school with disabilities like I did, and you're doing your best and you're trying to make the best possible grades possible, I recommend that you keep on, man, and you keep on doing that. You try your very hardest. And if they say to you, hey, if you do this to get this grade, we'll give you a regular diploma. Matter of fact, say no. Turn it down, because you seen what happened to me. You seen in this video the shit that it ended up causing for me and why I can't get a job. Push as hard as you can. On top of that, focus and keep pushing on what it is that you want to do in life. Go to school for it. As you're getting out of school, when you do get that regular diploma, when you say no with that regular black and white seal, hell, even that silver or golden seal, or even all three, that's going to look good for you. It's going to look good on that resume, even when you show it to them. Right? Get a job after school. Also, put away money for you to go back to school onto some online classes for 4 months. Matter of fact, try to do different trades. Well, there ain't no such thing as trades anymore, programs like that. That's really false. But, study 2 different things, man. Because you're going to get those actual real college diplomas. If you can go to a local one or even an online class for 4 months, do that. Even if you want to take a year class throughout college or 2 years, do that, because that's going to look good. You're going to get those seals of approvals. You're going to get those real diplomas, man. You really are. You're going to get those. On top of that, work. Get a job, because those diplomas that you're going to get, that real one from high school, those ones that you're going to earn throughout maybe a year of college, even some online classes, that's going to help you. Also, do not sign up for disability, because that's not going to do nothing for you but fuck you up in life, man. That's the best way I can put it, because that's what's going to happen. And it's going to put a big block on what you're trying to do and trying to get a job to support yourself. So don't do it. Don't. Just keep pushing forward what you're doing with the advice that I'm giving you. On top of that, study. Study for your test, get a car, put away money for a car. And in 5 years, you may not get the job that you went to school for, but you'll at least be able to get a job. And people that do complain about their jobs, I wish they wouldn't, because there's a lot of people like me where I'm at in my case, that wish we could get a job. Because anything that we could get that you don't want, we'd be happy. And if I could go back and tell my younger self that, well, exactly what I'm telling whoever's watching this video, that's the thing I would tell my younger self. Because this one thing I would say, hey, when you're asked, do you want to go back to live with your parents? Say no, because they ain't going to do nothing for you. And shit that I went through with them. On top of that, just do as best as you can. Still study hard in school, even if you do have learning disabilities. Also, when they come and ask you, hey, we'll make a deal with you. If you make an A in this math class, we'll give you a regular diploma. Turn that deal down. Because once you do get that A, you're going to get not just that regular seal of approval, but you're also going to get the silver stamp and the gold stamp on it. Because one of my goals were, I wanted to be a baseball player. But you know what? I messed it up by falling into the street life. That's exactly what I would tell my younger self. Stay away from a lot of people, man. Because that street shit, it's all a dream. Also, don't really go into music, because yes, I am in music, but music in itself is just bullshit. It's all an hallucination. I would also tell my younger self, hey man, go to college. As you're doing it, get a job in between, so you can support, that 2, maybe a year college class, whatever it is that you want to do. Matter of fact, try to get yourself into a scholarship in baseball, man. Try to get yourself in a scholarship in baseball. Work as hard as you can to do that. Also, don't sign up for disability, because that's going to really mess you up more, along with getting this fake diploma that I got in life. Also, go for your license. get your car. Once you get once you get enough money throughout your job and you finishing up whatever course you're going through in college, while trying to get that, baseball scholarship or trying to get into baseball, even if you don't, at least you're going to be making something of yourself. At least you're going to be making a living. Once you hit the age of 21 and 22, move. Just get out on your own. Because I guarantee you, within the next 5 years, going almost past a decade, once you look back, you're like, you know what? I did good for myself. And that's what I would tell my younger self, man. And what I'm telling a lot of people right now who are going through this, even those that are watching this, that even too late for you, that you're in the predicament that I am, in the space that I'm in, and you know how hard it is, and you're trying to fight to get a job because of whatever situation that you're in, even if you're in his minds. This is why. And all of it, again, has dozed through from my fucking school history. Because I was given fake diploma. This is fake. It ain't real. This ain't nothing to be proud of. Yeah, they gave me the opportunity chance when they called. Well, in order for you to get a job, well, they passed me through a school program for online college classes for a GED for 4 months. I ain't got $2,000 for that. Plus, paying money for book fees, and then also paying back, like, student fees on top of that. $2,000 just for the classes, for 2 classes to be exact, plus the book fees, and then the student fees alone, then whatever hidden fees. I ain't got it like that. So I can't go do it, man. I got no income coming in. And the thing is, I chose the path where I'm at. Why? Because at times, yeah, I used to be a delinquent. Not so heavy in it, but enough to where, you know what, the littlest shit really weighs on you more than the bigger stuff. Even in my younger, stupid adult years. So, hey, I gotta make the best of it. I still gotta go out here and do whatever it is I can just to get by. Why? Because I was sold a false dream. And again, if you're a person in high school seeing this video who was struggling from disabilities like I am, and they come to you with that bullshit deal, say no. If you're a parent and you have a child with learning disabilities and you're seeing this video, please take caution, because you need to look into somehow, some way to get a hold of the state that has your records, the school education in their system, and say, I need to know if my child's on the No Child Left Behind Act, because you're really going to have to be there next, if they are, which they pretty much are, to help plan out their future and to make sure they get a real diploma and not something like this. Because if you end up getting something like this, you need to start taking action and precaution right then and there and saying, you know what, I need to figure out what I can do for you now, because right now what's about to come next is about to be a whole bunch of bull for you later on down the line. So I'm going to see what I can do about helping try to get a job, put away some money, and put you through online classes so you can get something real. And, that is really the best advice that I can give, in my story, because to me this is important. And at times when I do think about this, what pisses me off, especially in the predicament, that I was set through when money was coming in. And again, if you guys want to know more about that situation, I'm going to link it in this video. It's called Trust and Money, and it's about almost a 2-hour long video. But you know what? That video is really important for you guys to look at, listen to, and it also shows a bit of evidence what I'm talking about in that video as well. And believe it or not, I'm worth more money alive than I am dead. I'm only worth $500 when I'm gone. That's it. So yeah, I hope you guys really learned something about this video, and just keep pushing. Again, take the advice that I gave, man. Just keep going for it, man. So peace, and I'm out.